MPN's Power Player is sponsored by ZDMS Dealer Management System, the heart of technology in your dealership and the engine that drives productivity and profitability. Schedule a demo today at zdms.com.
Hey MPM fam, this is Megan Cusack, and I am here today with Cinnamon Kernes, the Vice President of Market Expansion for the Motorcycle Industry Council. She's going to be talking with us today about the upcoming AIMExpo show this February. Welcome to the show, Cinnamon, and thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thanks, Megan. Hey MPN fams, how are you?
General question to begin with, how is the show shaping up? Because I've been looking at the floor plan and it looks like there are a lot more OEMs there than in the past. So what does this mean for the show this year?
That's a great question, Megan. So we have had OEMs on our floor plan in the past. Traditionally, they tend to sign up a little bit closer to, the actual show date. But this year, I think this is probably the first time since the show launched that we have had this many OEMs committed and contracted to be at the show this far in advance. So we are super excited on the heels of the success of last year. I think we just saw a lot more OEs recognizing the value of being able to connect with their dealers at the show. Suzuki, NKO, they've been with us for all 10 years, but we have, the KTM, Husqvarna, Gas, House of Brands with MV Agusta. We have new OEMs like Moto Morini. They launched at AIMExpo last year, which I think is always exciting to have a new OE in our industry. I shouldn't say new, but new to the American market or returning to the American market. But anyway, the show, the floor plan in the show, they're shaping up great.
That's awesome. And so, why do you think that is that, so many seem to be coming now? Is that perhaps due to a change in the format? Because I know in the past this was open to both consumers and dealers. Or, do you just think like it's, they've seen how good the show is lately?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? So for the OEMs, it can be difficult to attend one show and have to talk to their dealer customers and talk to consumers. It's sometimes hard to transition between those two audiences. And we did find that with aftermarket exhibitors as well. And so during COVID, we made the decision, the MIC, we're a B2B based organization. We're about the industry. We're for the industry. And so it made sense for the trade show to really focus on the business side of what we do. So when we made that transition and we became trade only, obviously the conversations changed with the OEMs and it really became a place to focus on their relationship with their dealers and vice versa. So dealers can come in, and I know most OEMs, all OEMs have great internal communications with their dealer network, but being able to have that conversation in person at one time and just reach so many of their current dealers and find potential new dealers, I think it's just a great opportunity, and the OEMs have recognized that this is a great platform.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, as you said, it's a great opportunity for the OEMs, but also for the dealers themselves to go and speak with them. Like this is an excellent chance to have, such a big representation of OEMs on the show floor, and the dealer can just go and talk to all of them at once instead of, segmenting them. Because, there are several dealers out there who deal with not just one brand, but, many of them.
Exactly. So yeah, we're excited. Again, it's a great opportunity for the dealers. And then they don't only just get to talk to the OEMs, but they also get to talk to the aftermarket. And again, vice versa. We have this whole community, and the community is not unidirectional. So the aftermarkets want to connect with the OEMs. I mean, they obviously make the products for the bikes, but at the end of the day, the OEMs are the bedrock of power sports, because without motorcycles. We don't have an industry. So for the OEMs to be part of the show, super key. But having said that, it really just, it connects all the different segments of power sports. And I just think it's very important that our industry have a show like this to connect everybody.
Absolutely. And all right, so this year, as I said, the show's going to be in February, but what's key is that it's going to be right before the Super Bowl this year, which is probably making you guys a little nervous, but what does that mean for the show?
Well, and so the key part of that whole statement is, yes, right before the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl is actually taking place in Las Vegas, which a lot of people don't recognize. So I'm waiting to see who's going to hold the first pre-Super Bowl party at the show, because I know someone out there needs to do that. We will not be taking parts of any of the betting or anything that happens. But what that means, though, is the show that traditionally has been Wednesday through Friday, we've backed it up a day. So we're going to be Tuesday through Thursday. And what that's given us the opportunity to do is make sure that hotel rates stay in line with where they've been in the past. It keeps, airfares, again, manageable. We have room blocks. We added a hotel this year on the heels of last year's success, which we had sold out of our room blocks. So if you haven't booked your rooms yet, please book your rooms, because we do have a limited number of rooms. But again, we've adjusted the dates of the show. So it's Tuesday through Thursday. For those of you that are accustomed to coming in on Wednesday, come in Tuesday. You're going to miss the big industry party Tuesday night. So make sure you come in a day early. But again, it's just to make sure that it is accessible and easy for everyone to get to.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll be interested to, see when we're there, how, if the show feels any different, moving it back a day, if it works better, if there's a bigger attendance, or how that works. So I guess we'll find out in February.
As many of you know, taking physical inventory is something you do once, maybe twice a year, and sometimes you avoid it altogether. With large quantities of parts, accessories, chemicals, tires, and various other merchandise throughout your store, it's not a simple task to complete. There is a better solution. A solution that gives you the ability to cycle inventory counts anytime without disruption to your business. That solution? ZDMS RFID Physical Inventory. With RFID tags placed on inventory, you can cycle counts or conduct physical inventory with the RFID handheld scanner by simply pulling the trigger and walking around your dealership. RFID scanners do not require line of sight, so counters don't need to bend down under partitions, climb shelves, or position items to be visually seen to be counted in most cases. Contact your ZDMS representative to learn more about RFID physical inventory and how ZDMS is the only dealer management system in the power sports industry building the technology your dealership needs.
So speaking of February and the next calendar year, what's new for the 2024 show?
We're obviously still in the planning stages, bringing everything together. One of the things that I'm excited for you and I to be talking about in the future is our partnership with education. So we have a great partner helping us curate education on the main stage. And speaking of education, so last year we brought back classroom style sessions. So we had sessions in meeting rooms and on our disruptive thinking stage. We're actually going to put everything on the main stage this year, and we'll be announcing that schedule probably in the next month or so. But all education will be on the show floor again, so we can keep our community together. We can make it easier for people to take advantage of education and see the exhibitors and the show floor. But really last year, I think we found success in what we had built the show out to be, and really focusing on what's important to the dealers and what they're looking for when they go to an event. So a lot of it is going to be taking what we did last year and evolving it and improving it a little, because there's always room for improvement, but really focusing on the core staples that we introduced last year. So, we had a 4-wheel showcase last year that'll come back. But we'll bring back a 2-wheel custom showcase. So again, just kind of evolving on what we did, well last year. New product showcase or new product central, that'll be back. And again, we'll evolve that, make that a little bit better and more accessible. So just taking what we did last year and making it even better.
Can I ask if the e-bike demo area is coming back this year?
Last year, I don't think we expected to be as popular. We knew it was going to be popular. We didn't know it was going to be as popular as it was. So this year, we actually are going to have 2 e-bike demo tracks. Tucker will be back as a major partner. So they will be using one e-bike, and then we'll have a second one for our other e-bike demos. And then also new this year, we didn't really talk about it, but Parts Unlimited has also committed, and they're coming to the show, as well as Rocky Mountain ATV and Motorcycle, who's brand new. They've never exhibited at the show before, so we're excited to welcome them in as well.
Yeah, it's excellent to have all the distributors there because, I mean, I've talked with so many dealers who, use all the distributors. So again, just like OEMs, having them all there on the floor to talk to in one spot, that's invaluable for sure.
It is. We're still missing one major distributor, but we will always continue the conversations and hope that something changes. But we have most of the big distributors.
All right. So, and this would be for our audience here. So, how does someone participate in AIMExpo?
I mean, honestly, the best way is AIMExpoUSA.com. So to register, to book your hotel rooms, if you want to exhibit, the show floor is actually, I'm going to do my sales pitch because that is part of what we do. If somebody wants to exhibit, the show floor is about 60% booked. So, but AIMExpoUSA.com, however you want to participate, that's where you go and we'll get you taken care of.
All right. Excellent. Is there anything else you wanted to share with us today, Cinnamon?
Yeah, I think as we fine tune and get more details, and obviously in working with you guys at MPN, as that all develops, we'll be having more conversations and more to share as we get closer to the show.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, Cinnamon. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Megan. I appreciate it.